Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, Grand Spartan. So, I made a slight boo-boo. And this part will be fine here. Just thinking about the design of how it's going to get up to the top. What I need to do. How many frames? We have all the frames that we need. Scrap those. We don't need that. Get the stone back for it. I am hungry. Hungry hippo. I need to go up and get some cornbread. Notice when I logged in a moment ago or fired up the game that my character was hungry. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. Let's go ahead and make some hatches here. Let's cancel that right now and just get these hatches going first. Let's see if this is going to be possible for me to do. I might, you know what, I might have to take this block out. Yep. It's going to be tricky. See, we can always destroy it if we need to. Is it because I have a broken leg that I can't jump? What is up with that? Son of a gun, you. So that was the little boo-boo that I had made there. And now I think I have made yet another boo-boo. So we need to make ourselves a way down. That's going to be the next key. Where could we do that? What side? The north side? So we're facing north. That side will be our way down. We'll make that our way down. There's no other way to get down. I just need to think for a moment here because, you know, I kind of messed up. Do I have the resources? I think I have the resources. How much does a hatch cost? 10? We're going to need about 100 hatches. Takes our wood down quite a bit. Boy, I don't want to mess this up because this is going to be just a complete and total disaster if I mess this up. I can't really see. So this is the side that we come in. So we're coming in from the west side is our entrance. And we're going to drop down on the north side. Okay. This might be a kind of a slow and tedious process, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Okay. Like a so. Whoops. Silly broken leg needs to heal. I think that might be part of my issue here. We're going to need to, you know what? This needs to be filled in too. Like that. All the way up. Because we're not open for business, it's not going to be an issue. Just need to remember west and north. My memory is not what it used to be. Son of a gun, you. Some of you may know what I'm doing here, the direction I'm going. It's going to be one of the coolest features ever on a base in existence. Not really, but it's going to certainly make our lives a lot easier moving forward. Should have done another practice run on this to refamiliarize myself with the design before attempting it here on recording. I pray and I hope they don't have to all be the same way. A good thing about the hatches are, if I mess this up, they're just like a one shot with the axe, or I could just auger my way down to the bottom and, you know, tear them all out and be good that way too. How many rebar frames do we have? Okay, and we still have some wood. I don't know if we're going to have enough concrete mix on us to get to the top here, but we just build our way up. If we don't, we'll be fine. And there's a reason I'm doing this in reinforced concrete too. We need to have this as, you know, doesn't need to be steel, but it needs to be as durable as we can get it efficiently. Resource efficient, I guess I should say. As resource efficient as we can be. Once we get this done, I don't have to build my way up every time. Again, we want to come down here and do some work. Try not to make this last the entire episode if I can help it. I'm going to try to get this done as quickly as possible. So we're making some progress now. It's starting to come together. I got that first stage figured out and how I was going to go about it. We'll have to dig our way back down from the top. Should have already made the drop to get back down instead of saving that for last. I should have done that before I did this, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. There's always a way. Saw this recently on a stream. Thought that it was fixed and had been taken out many alphas ago, but it had not been. Fortunately for us. How much further to the top, and we still have a ways. Some of you are probably looking at this like, what in the world are you doing, Spartan? What kind of contraption is this? Something I've had planned for this for a while. Okay. And if it doesn't work, we'll throw a ladder system in here and it'll be fine, but I'm pretty sure we'll get it to work. This is going to be one of those easy up and down designs. So I'm about tired of having to go up and down ladders. You know, they say they're implementing elevators, possibly even as soon as Alpha 17. I don't know that for sure, but the talk is, you know, and I can't imagine there are too many more alphas after 17. It's very possible we could get such a thing in Alpha 17. That would be excellent. Have an elevator to shoot you up from the bedrock up. How much cement? We're still good on cement. We're good on frames. Rebar. Might actually have to make a few more hatches. I'll have to see. So you all hopefully have learned things in this Let's Play. Those of you who have been dedicated enough to stick here since episode 1, you kind of saw how I start out early game. How to get yourself a bunker by day 7 for the Horde so you can get all the loot. Move on to how to create a free fall pit. Design with the base in the center. How to do a spikeless design with a barbed wire. And now on to this project. So hopefully some of you are learning some things to implement into your own game. Kind of give it your own spin. Improve on it. 8% on food. Hopefully we can get this done before that 8% turns into 0, or I'm going to have to build my way up to the top and get something. I don't know why I didn't bring cornbread down here with me. I'm pretty sure I have some. I know I have bacon, eggs, and a mini bike, but I think I brought some cornbread over here with me. That meat stew is just so smelly. It's the reason, you know, some of you probably wondering, well, yeah, well, that meat stew, why didn't you bring it? But it's just so smelly, you know, it tracks. And we don't need to draw any more attention to ourselves than the attention we already draw with augers and the noise that we make here. Well, I can see a lot more light now, so we must be getting a bit close to the surface. Not really. It feels like we're never going to reach the top. But this is the reason I'm doing what I'm doing here, because this is such a long ways down. Having to climb a ladder would just take too long. You know, we're going to be pressed for time when we're taking on the Horde, to get up and down. Whoops. And we don't want that. We don't want to be pressured to miss out on things because we're too slow to go up and down. Going down won't be an issue. We'll be able to get down really fast. But going back up is the issue, and we're going to take care of that right now. We'll be able to go up almost as fast as we can go down, and that's always a good thing. Going down, we'll just drop down onto a hay bale. I'd love to make the downshoot concrete from surface to bedrock, but we're looking at a lot of grinding with the auger, a lot of resources, so I don't know that I'll do that. We'll probably make it stone if I can get the stone to work like I want it to and not get hung up or break my leg or something like that on the fall, or die even. We'll leave it stone just for time's sake, resource sake. We'll leave it stone, but it would be super nice. You see on the server, with all resources we have, and I don't have the constraints of time holding me back to get something done. That would be an entire episode or two trying to make that into... trying to dig another hole down to bedrock. That is 3 by 3, and we want to do that if we can help it. We will if we need to, but if we can avoid doing that. So we might... How much rebar do we have? Another 500 stack. We should be able to reach the surface if I did my math correctly, without having to go back to the other base and get more. I did get more queued up, though, just in case we need to shoot over there on the mini bike and pick it up. I've been playing Empyrean lately and calling that thing a mini bike. It's actually a motorcycle. It's funny because I learned from my own videos. I was wondering how in the world can I get rid of that motorcycle, and the last episode before last that I recorded, and I was reviewing it last night for upload or for publishing, processing, and I realized that on the screen it tells you, hold shift and left click or something like that to pick it up. So it's like, don't. Sorry, this is such a slow process, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be absolutely pleased and delighted to see what it looks like when I get it finished and how well it works. But right now, it's just a really slow process for me to get this thing built up. It's just because we're so far down. If we were in the hub city, I'd be done now. Where are we at? We're at minus 13, so I would be done over in the hub city, but we're just so far down being up on this hill where we're located. So every time we do that, it's 8. Every tier, 8 rebar. I hope I didn't miss any like that. Boy, I'm going to feel like a fool if I missed some on the way up. It's early in the morning, and sometimes I'm not quite as sharp, but it is very convenient time for me to do these recordings. And it's no good time. It's either early in the morning or late at night for me, and one way or the other, it's usually a little bit weary. Okay, it looks now I'm nervous. Now I'm thinking, man, did I miss one somewhere along the way? I don't know how we would fix that if I did. But like I said, worst case scenario, I can axe these hatches all the way down to bedrock and I'll just stick in a ladder. I won't try to do this again if it doesn't work. There's no reason it shouldn't work, but just saying if I messed up somewhere along the way and didn't skip the slot or something, it's not going to work for us, and I'm not going to go back and redo it again and take the time to start all the way over. Of course, I don't think there is a way to do it over. Once you build this chute, I don't think you can go back again and put the hatches in there. I don't think that's possible. And I am taking my time too. I'm going a little slower than I might normally move, because this is not really new technique, but it is kind of a new technique for me. And I've only done it one other time, and some of it, it's hard to explain, but I was on the server. Things were already kind of in place and set up for me to do this, whereas here we're going from scratch. And on the server, I don't think I had to go as far either. From bedrock to surface. Boy, that hole is, it's getting further away from us, I believe. How are we doing on cement? Oh, we're still good on cement. How about wood? Oh, we're almost out of wood. That's what's going to hold us back, not the cement, but the wood. So what we'll do here in a minute, when we run out, we'll build our way up to surface, because I'm down to 3% hunger anyway, and then we'll eat. We'll grab more wood, go cut more wood if we need to, but I think I have a couple more stacks, at least one more stack of wood, and that should help us to complete this. It's amazing to think out of all the things we could be short on, this build would be wood. It does take 10 for each frame we upgrade. Plus we made all those hatches. I don't know why. I was thinking we'd had run out of rebar already by this point, but good on the rebar. I'm excited to get this thing built, get it, try it out. Right, put you there. Boy, it's been sticking there at 3% for a long time. No wood. Well, it's a good thing we have plenty of frames. Keep my eye on this too. I don't want to hit my head and fall. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Well, 139 frames. What's happened is I built up from an area where there was a gap underneath. I'm scared to do it again that I'll fall. Best I can hope for here is that we can make it up the remainder of the way on the side wall. I want to hit my head and fall off. It's a good thing we had the frames that we did have, though. We'd never be able to make it up to the top. That's just kind of the issue you deal with when you're building up something like this from bedrock. You So I don't know the number. I don't know the exact number that when you have a gap. So I built the frames underneath the doorway opening down at bedrock. And so it allowed us to go up, what, about 70 or 80 high before it, you know, I could not place any more. Open that up, because if you bump your head, it will knock you off. I'm going to put one more there so I know where it's at. Whew. All right, well, I was a little nervous there for a moment. I thought for sure we were done for. All right, so we did have one more 5,000 stack of wood. We'll grab the last bit of rebar frames. We will eat some cornbread. You know, I might as well take that cornbread with me as well. Instead of leaving it up here, we'll just carry it on us so we don't have to worry about getting hungry again. Eat it up. Man, it's going to take us this whole 50 stack just to get full. We've already eaten like, what, 20? Get a lot of wellness by doing this, though. You see we've already gone up 2 points in wellness just since we started eating the cornbread. It takes so much to fill you, but you get 0.4 wellness for each one that you eat, so. Alright, nice. The goldenrod tea. We'll drink that up. Nice, got a couple points. While we're up here, just to make sure, I say we take out a couple trees. Probably gonna have to take on a mountain man or two. Get a little bit more wood while we're up here on the surface. It's one thing I didn't think I'd run out of. I had that giant 45,000 worth of wood tree farm over there, and I ran out of wood. Poor planning, Spartan. But I want to clear this area out anyways. I want to have this area wide open, so we can see all directions. Cut down 2 more of these small trees, and that should be plenty. Guess that one wasn't small. You know, that was 41 gunpowder right there. I hate to put that to waste. We'll take these stones down eventually too. Might pickaxe those or something, but we'll take those out as well. Alright, so let's throw that in there. Let's do a sort. Let's grab some more cement. Concrete mix. Keep calling it cement. We could get more going here while we're down in a hole. And let's take a little bit more cement with us too, so that's not an issue. Running out of that. All right, good to go. Think we have enough rebar. We should certainly have enough wood now. That's a bit weird. All right, back down. Please don't collapse on me, wooden frames. And please don't fall, Spartan. you know what I didn't do? I almost had another mat incident here. Mat incident where, look at that. Early morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eat your Wheaties and drink your coffee. We don't need another mat incident while we're doing this. Could be, could spell a disaster. Okay, here I have to be very careful because all right, well, that's done. I can relax a little bit now. Had me nervous there for a moment. Building my way up. Of course, issue I may run into now is that I cannot build up but a little bit higher on the frames here, and I'm gonna have to move positioning. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Build from the wall over. We'll just have a lot of frames to remove when we're done with this. Poor planning for me to start on the side where we had a hole underneath where we're gonna build those frames up. I should have built from the eastern side facing west, and then we wouldn't have had that issue. It's okay, we'll deal with it when we get to it. Probably in another 8 or 10 frames we'll have to deal with it. But hopefully you learned, something here. Certainly don't put your frames that you're going to build your way up to surface area over where there's a gap down below. If we had built this up from bedrock on the frames, it would have been fine. That little thing wouldn't have happened. But if you're trying to mimic what I'm doing here in this particular video, I have to make sure. You know what? I bet you this too. It wasn't over the doorway. I keep saying that. What it was is that we built up off of bedrock like 3 high. So there's that gap down below. That's what it is. There's a gap below us, and we're not building on any solid surface. There's that hole, and that's what did it for us or to us. We built up on that platform where the spikes are going to go, and there's that 3 gap beneath, so nothing's supporting that. It could have just done something as simple as stick some frames or rebar underneath where we're at, building this platform up, and that would have been sufficient, connected to bedrock. It would have worked. It's all right. We'll figure out a way to do it when we get to that point, which should be pretty soon here. I forgot how many frames I just took out to get to that point, but any time now, and no, it's not going to work because we're attached to this. I was thinking it may work just because we're attached to this platform, but I don't think it's going to. Well, this is an episode of building one structure. Though it is, it's not big around, it is going to be a pretty massive structure, especially a functioning structure. This is like something that you'd see in Minecraft, what we're working on here. It's not simply just a column or a pillar or anything like that. So we have, let's do some math here. 42. We'll probably just be running out of frames as we're getting closer to the surface. I'll have to make a few more, but you know, that's why we've got the extra bit of wood just to do that. I'm gonna be really disappointed if I get to the surface and use this thing and realize that we missed one of these hatches. That's gonna hurt my feelings. But you live and you learn. If I did that, then we'll put ladders going all the way up from the bottom, and we'll just use a ladder system. As much as I don't want to do that, that's what we'll do, because I'm not going through this a second time. Just have to have faith, confidence that we did it right. That's kind of why I've been going slow, but at one point I tried to pick up the pace of this a little bit, and that's why I started thinking, gosh, I hope I didn't mess myself up and miss one of these hatches. Well, that rain is, I can hear in the headsets, pretty soothing. Early in the morning makes me want to go crawl back in the bed. Of course, that's not a possibility, but too much to be done. The Adventures of Matt and Captain Morgan Freeman. Sometimes I get a little lulled to sleep by doing such a task, you know, and especially when I'm not pressured and I'm taking my time, and I'm trying to take all the time that I need to take to do this properly and make sure I don't mess anything up and fall to my death or something silly. You get all relaxed and let's check our wood and see how much of that we have now. Oh yeah, so we're still good. So we have a whole stack and then half of another. We're getting closer. It just feels like that hole is kind of keeps creeping up a few blocks more away from us. So maybe because we're attached to this platform here, I'm able to continue building up along with it, or maybe we just have not reached that limit yet, that height limit. We'll find out here in just a moment, because it should be any time now where we had to start building up the other way. So we're not going to need any steel down here except for the pillars that we'll put in just for a backup plan. But everything else is just going to be cement, concrete. And that should be sufficient for what we're trying to accomplish here down in this pit. Well, I hear that thunder now, and I think Horde, 7-day Horde, because we have, right before Horde Day starts, we we get the thunder. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still had 200 rebar, so that should get us to the top. Hopefully, we don't have to make a trip back to the other base. I think I had set myself up for at least, I thought, a couple episodes. You know, I really thought that for sure we're set up without having to do anything except for build for at least 2 episodes. Yeah, you know, you're getting close now. I'm starting to get some snow, so it went from thunderstorm to snowing. I don't think I've ever heard of a thunderstorm thundering while it was snowing. I'm sure it's happened somewhere. We're getting closer. I shouldn't keep looking up at the top because it keeps kind of depressing me every time I look up and see that we're not that much closer. So 20 hatches left. Boy, this is a long drop. If they don't touch the walls on the fall down, they are absolutely dead meat when they get to the bottom. This is about like the same height as that mountain base that I showed on my server tour video. It's something like the height of that. Maybe not quite that high, but it's up there pretty good. I don't even know if I've looked. I think, what are we at, plus 60 or something like that. I'll have to look when we actually get up to the surface to see for sure how high up we actually are. But I know it's a heck of a fall. It's over 100 block fall. So maybe if the 2 wide is going to be good enough instead of 3 wide, if the 2 wide is good enough, then the zombies are going to die when they get to the bottom. Now, like I said again, this is not our primary defense, because the pit is on the inside and the base will be on the outside. So zombies tend not to fall in when it's set up like that. You get just a few here or there. But right. But I thought it would be a neat little addition to what we're working on. I had this other idea of there's something else I'm going to do up top. So essentially we can look at this build as not even being 50% completed with the idea that I have in my mind. Even though it's not that large of a build, it's going to be a little technical, complicated. I don't know the word. A little more in depth than just a standard old base with some pillars or whatever. But there's a whole nother stage that we're not even near enough resources to complete yet. We'll get to that eventually. Let's go ahead and shoot this over so I don't get nervous seeing that 169 pop up. It's going to probably be the next phase what we do. Of course, I want to get this done. I want to get a way back down to the bedrock. And that was on the north side that I said I was going to do that. So dig a hole down to the north side. Then we will we get that set up, give this a test run. Apologize about this being such a slow, painful process, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's not just been killing you sitting here watching me do this. Maybe if you have stuck with me through this episode, you've learned a couple things, I hope. It's kind of the point of making the videos, is to give you all some ideas, some things to do, and learn from my mistakes. Of course, I make a lot of them along the way, and it always helps. You learn from your mistakes, and so you don't have to experience the mistake that I'm experiencing. You can just learn from watching me learn. And if I missed a hatch somewhere along the way and we messed this whole thing up, then you pretty much learn don't ever do this. Or if you do, make sure you don't you pay attention and don't get sloppy like I did at some point. But we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we need more hatches. Let's make 25 more. While we're doing this, I hope we don't run out of rebar before we get to the top. That's going to be disappointing if we get really close to the top and then we run out of rebar. How are we on wood? And we're good on cement. We still have a full stack of wood. Good on the wood. Shoot. Yeah, I'm glad we decided not to do the prison. We decided to do another original base. This has been a lot of fun to work on. I've actually, I look forward to recording these videos, and a little burnout on Alpha 15 as far as playing on the server. I've not done a lot of that. I've been so into Empyrion lately. I've done a bunch of Empyrion, and but I do still enjoy doing the single player and experimenting around with you all with these different builds. It's been a lot of fun. I look forward to any time that I get extra to sit down and record an episode. It's a good time. Our server tour video that I did recently, no one's been on there to work on that now in at least a week, maybe closer to 2 weeks, honestly. And some of us, it's been longer than that. We all switched over to Empyrion, and we've been playing the heck out of that lately. So look at that. We are so close to surface here. I was trying to get this all done in one episode. We're close. We have about 10 minutes left for me to finish this out, and I will be overjoyed if we can finish this in this one episode. don't know if we're actually going to be able to try it out in the episode. I hope we do. I hope I can dig down to bedrock real quick, just one shoot. Get down there and get to try it. See if all of our hard work paid off. Be careful I don't bump my head here. Get knocked off this thing right close to the surface and fall all the way down. So this is how you build a really tall structure. These wooden frames are your friend. I did that massive multiplayer freefall pit, and boy, you should have seen the frames that I used, because I had that one tower in the center, plus we were, I think, positive 50 or something at the surface. So doing all of that building up from bedrock, and the frames were just everywhere. Okay, so we're almost there. Few more blocks to go. We've only burned up about 2 minutes since I said we had 10, so we may actually complete this, and then I will make a beeline to get straight down to bedrock and try a test run on this bad boy. So this wasn't super resource heavy. I mean, it kind of was for the small thing that it is, but you know, it's not too bad. Really, if it works, considering the time that it will save us, you know, it's absolutely worth every resource that you put into it. Can I do here? Can I take these out? Don't want to have any zombies fall on my head. There was a zombie up here a minute ago. I don't know where she went. I was kind of expecting to have to deal with that when I got up top here. I thought, well, we'll worry about that when we get to it. Well, we're going to have to continue this up more, have more plans for this. There's going to be another stage to go up above where we're at. But for right now, it just kind of is what it is. Now, one thing I kind of messed up on. How can I get over there? Boy, I hate teetering around on these frames like this so much. It's a pretty dangerous thing to do this high up. Tell you what, we'll do it like this. Let's walk around to the northern side. this is going to be boxed in like so. We could put the hole like right here. Maybe. Let's do it. So we have some gas, but we don't have a lot of gas. We gotta get that. So we have 5 minutes left to get this done in this one episode. It's probably gonna take us to 5 just to get down to bedrock. Do an extra one so I know where we're at. 880. Oh, our gas barrels are down at bedrock. Okay, make sure we have repair kits on us. We do. Okay, bad idea. I almost fell in that hole. Bad idea, Spartan. Poor planning. Let's put it right here. Yeah, we should have enough gas. This is going quickly here. Hopefully we don't get any screamers here with the augering that we're going to do going all the way down. Well, we just made it to 0 for elevation. Pick up a little iron along the way. Ten more to go. Come on, baby. Come on. Get on down to bedrock. Cross your fingers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment of truth right here, right now. Come on and work. Don't get stuck halfway up. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We are at surface level. Nice. So that's our elevator. The elevator has been completed. So we'll end up building it up, several more blocks high, and that'll be our way up and down. We're gonna seal her off right now with some frames, just in case. I have to be really careful I don't fall down in a hole here too. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for hanging here with me. This was a heck of an episode, a lot to accomplish there, and we were able to do it in one episode. I worried it was going to bleed over into 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.